I'm gonna show you the 3 easiest ways to break ankles. Let's get started. First hack you need to know, if this is my defender's 2 feet, a lot of players, when they try to attack, they kind of take this big angle around. A couple things happens there. Number one, just for attacking and even just trying to score. If I come out here, makes it easy for a defender to slide in front of me. So when it comes to attacking and breaking ankles, I want to get a little tighter on this angle. And a lot of times players do this because they're afraid of having any contact with the defense. The thing you have to understand is if you watch just about any ankle breaker that you watch on a highlight reel, there's probably at least some level of contact, whether that's my arm touching the defender's arm, you know, a little shoulder bump, maybe the defender bumps into them, whatever it is. Now, I know we always think of basketball as being a non-contact sport, but the fact of the matter is there is contact, refs are gonna let it slide, and as long as there's no actual foul happening, there's going to be some contact allowed. So if I start attacking here, what's usually gonna happen is the defender's gonna slide. They're gonna drop this foot back and they're gonna be sliding with me. If I can get them into that position, I can start now creating contact because they're not in front of me. If I'm going to this spot and they're here making contact with me, that is not an offensive foul for me to come here, right at this angle, right? As they keep sliding, there's gonna be that contact by me going to this spot. Now, if I go right into them, yeah, now we're gonna have some problems. I might get called for an offensive foul. So I wanna think about trying to cut just outside here and inviting this contact. From there, I can use it all sorts of ways. I could step in a little here and you can see if they're sliding this way, how that would bump them right into me. Ankle's broken. Even if I get here and I just stop, good chance they're gonna trip up over my leg. Ankle's broken. Or even if I'm coming here and I, boom, make one of these angle change. That's gonna be hard for them to stop, right? And I'm cutting right in front of them. If I step more in here, I can create separation and get out here. So on top of just breaking ankles, I have the opportunity to just get more open for a jump shot or a lane to the basket, but also stopping here, same thing could happen. And cutting in front of them, it's like game over for them, right? Boom, now I'm all the way in front of them, right? So there's a good chance they're gonna bump into me, ankle's broken. The other way you'll see this play out a lot of times is having contact sort of like here, and you'll see players use this off arm or maybe the shoulder a little bit. Again, you don't wanna push, you just wanna hold your space. So I'm just here, right? No arm movement, no shoulder movement, none of that extra stuff, unless I'm gonna move my shoulder or my arm to this space here where they aren't yet. I beat them to that spot. And you'll see players do that, and then boom, pull the ball back. And usually what that nudge will end up doing is kind of pushing the defender far forward, and then they'll snatch it back. You can go reverse between the legs, you can pull it behind the back, or if you know you got the separation, you can do a regular crossover. But do not shy away from that contact, it's key. Now, very clearly to do this, having a good handle, footwork, and athleticism will help. The free workout pin in the comments will help you get all those things. This next hack is one of the biggest keys. Momentum. This is the biggest key to break ankles, really, if you want to do it in the way that's not contact, because a lot of people consider, you know, if you have contact, is that's like cheating or not a real ankle breaker. Here, this is 100% clean by the book for anyone. So with this concept, all I'm going to do is move. Now, if I move and the defender doesn't move, they're playing bad defense, they're going on the bench, right? So I know they have to respect that and react to it. So defenders are going to move as well. Now, the thing here is where I can really start to break ankles is thinking about what kind of angles I'm taking for angles on my setup and my angle change. But then I also want to think about how quick those angles changes are happening or how much speed I'm getting before that angle change. So this can look a few different ways. It could be like the move I just showed you before, where we're just moving fast and we're stopping and pulling the ball slightly back. Sometimes even just stopping and staying in place is good if you get enough momentum into it, right? So if I got a good running start, I'm starting to get past the defender, boom, I pull the ball back. Their natural reactions to go here to try to get in front of me, right? When they do that, a lot of times they try to react too quick. This back knee will buckle, they'll maybe trip on their feet. All kinds of stuff can happen. But you can create that same sort of an effect on a defender by getting a lot of movement and momentum sideways and then changing direction. So the key with these direction changes is you want to think about either going opposite direction, so I'll fake this way and then I'll come back this way. I want to think about if I'm coming this way, pulling back this way, or a lot of times where you can get them is with 90-degree angle changes. So if I'm going this way, I would change this way to make a 90-degree angle change. But now if you're not a very fast or athletic player where, you know, getting a ton of speed to change directions isn't going to get defenders as much, which it will, because really, if you think about it, it's just about catching them off guard with this, you know, stopping when they don't expect you to. But if you don't feel like that's an option for you, here's another way of doing it, just being quick, right? Being fast in a short space, but getting more direction changes more quickly, right? So opposite direction, I can go boom, boom, with a double cross, or an in and out, fake that way, come the other way, or that 90 degree angle change, right? Or even 1, 2, 3 direction changes, you know, going right, left, back, right. But if I can get some of those smaller, quick movements and really sell those fakes a little bit more. Like if I'm here and I'm just kind of doing choppy stuff, you might not get the defender. But if you can take just a little bit of a bigger step at one point, you can get a lot of defenders with that. Next hack, and this ties in with the last one, and it comes down to selling my fakes and how I'm doing that. So, a couple things we want to keep in mind. We got tools in our toolbox that we can use to sell fakes. Number one is the basketball. There's a chance that some defenders are going to follow that and go for that fake. But other defenders are going to follow other things. So if we can get all these things involved, we can have a better chance of faking them. So the next thing we want to think about is the feet. If I move the feet, a lot of defenders are going to react to that because now the center of my mass has moved. And to play good defense, they're going to want to slide a little bit to stay in front of me. Again, that's where you get them tripping up over their own feet, maybe having a leg buckle from a hard angle change, whatever the case may be. Another tool I have is my eyes, right? If I look here, better chance I'm going to sell that fake. Now I can open this up over here. They really bite on that, they fall, I go this way. And then the next two tools we want to think about are the hips and the chest. With the hips, if I can lean them in this direction, it's going to sell it better versus if I'm always centered between my legs with my hips. One way you can give yourself a checkup on that is this leg's a little more bent, this one's a little more straight. That means I'm doing a good job of shifting my hips. With the chest, I can get a little bit of a lean, but I don't want to go too crazy on it because then I'll get off balance. So I can lean a little bit over this knee. But then the other thing I want to pay attention to is facing my chest to this direction. If I'm a little more squared, it just doesn't sell it quite as much, right? I can even lean here and it just doesn't really sell it quite as much. But if I get it turned, it looks like I'm ready to move that way. And if I get all those pieces together, better chance I can break some ankles. And then the next thing you're really gonna need to break ankles is good handles, athleticism, and footwork. The free workout pinned in the comments will help you improve all those things. It's definitely unique. Get it while it's free. And if you wanna learn more specific moves to break ankles, check out this video right here. I'll see you in that free workout next.